It's 190 days since Kenya reported the first case of COVID-19. I hope you're keeping safe and, of course, following the preventive protocols on COVID-19, washing your hands, sanitizing, and putting on the mask. A very good afternoon to you. It's Sunday, the 20th of September, 2020. Welcome to Lunchtime News. My name is Purity Museo, and Byron Abuli is our sign language interpreter this afternoon. We're into this broadcast by telling us where you are watching us from, and also a comment on any report of during this broadcast will be highly appreciated at Purity_Museo and at KBC Channel 1 News. Lunchtime News is our hashtag this afternoon. Let's begin our broadcast. And Wiper Democratic Movement Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka is promising to rally the Kamba Nation to vote as a bloc in the 2022 general election. Kalonzo said there won't be dissenting voices in the region the next election, even with Machakos County Governor Alfred Mutua entry into the presidential race.
Speaking in Mwingi North constituency, Kalonzo said that he will soon meet with his longtime political rival turned friend Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu and other county leaders to foster unity ahead of elections.
We created 47 counties. Now we have manufactured 47 billionaires without their people. Namba hili, this lili linatukera sana. It is a serious matter. We applaud the fact the senators have come up finally with a formula. And those who know will know it was not an easy matter.
Kalonzo at the same time called on governors to ensure prudent utilization of county resources once they receive their allocations. He commended senators for reaching a consensus on revenue sharing.
We want to make it look like we are not serious candidates. They always say 3 governors wanapinga Kalonzo. Those 3 governors have a county-wide mandate. Today, we have 3 senators with the county-wide mandate. County of Machakos, Senator Kabaka; County of Makueni, Senator Mutula Jr.; County of Kitui, yours truly here. You have also county women reps, governor.
In Kakamega, political leaders allied to Deputy President William Ruto called on locals to be wary of the BBI politics, claiming some politicians are out to use Kenyans for selfish gains.
Ikiwa BBI italeta kuongeza chakula kwa meza ya wananchi wa kawaida, mimi Murunga nitaipigia kura. Lakini ikiwa ni kitu ya kuongeza viti na uongozi kwa watu fulani, mimi Murunga na Injendi tumekataa. Na nakala walikataa kutoa, mjue mambo ya BBI ni mambo matatu. Ni kuongeza executive ya watu ngapi? 5.
Waziri atoke ndani ya bunge ili itusaidie, na kama kuna swali lingine tena tuangalie hapo ndani tuone hii handshake, hii mambo ya BBI italeta nini kwa meza.
And in Siaya County, ODM Political Affairs Director Opiyo Wandayi said there was nothing wrong for Mount Kenya leaders to demand presidency in 2022, as the constitution does not bar anybody from seeking the highest office as long the threshold is met.
We live in a democratic country where the freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom of conscience is fully entrenched and is fully protected. So I take it that they were exercising their freedom of expression and that of conscience. I cannot say any more than that.
Suleiman Yeri, Channel 1 News.
And ODM leader Raila Odinga is in Kisumu, where he's meeting leaders in that region, currently addressing the media from Kisumu County. Let's listen in.
A market outside. You can be able to take our goods from here to Mwanza, to Musoma, to Bukoba, to Port Bell, so that you can supply Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, DRC, Congo, South Sudan, and so on from here. And then we're bringing the special economic zone here, which is going to bring a lot of industries around Kisumu. And we're going to create a corridor, Mombasa, Athi River, Naivasha, and Kisumu. And a lot of jobs are going to be created here. And you see that before the SGR comes, we're reviving the MGR. The MGR coming from Mombasa through to Naivasha. From Naivasha, they are now connecting. Because SGR will bring goods from Mombasa to Naivasha, MGR takes it from there up to Kisumu. And the repair work is ongoing. And then this one also will be again repaired from Kisumu to Buteri. Okay? So we open up the interior and deal with it. These are the issues we're talking about, how to continue to bake a bigger cake. Wengine wanakwenda, they go and then just take from the current cake. Wananyakua from that cake.
Jambazi.
Wananyakua, sasa wanakuja naye. Sasa wanakwenda wananunua wheelbarrow.
And that's ODM leader Raila Odinga addressing some of the leaders after meeting some of the leaders in that region. And of course, Achola Simon will be giving us details on why Raila had to visit Kisumu at this time, or just a day after he said that the BBI is unstoppable, and of course, which include constitutional review. So Achola is following up on that report. He will tell us what ODM leader is saying in regard to the BBI. Elsewhere, President Uhuru Kenyatta Saturday made an extensive inspection tour of national government development projects in Mombasa County. The head of state started his day-long inspection at Liwatoni on Mombasa Island, where the government is constructing a 1.9 billion shillings Likoni pedestrian floating bridge. The 1.2-kilometer bridge, the first of its kind in the region, is at 51% completion and is expected to be ready for use by the end of this year. President Uhuru Kenyatta began his tour of Mombasa County by inspecting development projects in the region at Liwatoni, where the government is constructing a floating bridge at a cost of 1.9 billion shillings. The bridge, which nears completion, is expected to ease pressure on the Likoni ferry crossing by taking up most of the foot traffic, leaving the ferries to serve vehicles between Mombasa and the south coast.
Mwananchi ambaye anakaa upande ya Likoni, si ndio? Atakuwa anaweza kuvuka na kufika Liwatoni bila kugojea feri. Tunaelewana? So sasa hutakuwa unaandaliwa mambo yako kwa atisaa ya feri ni saa ngapi. Ni wewe masaa yako na kazi yako ikifika unavuka. Ile itatusimamisha kidogo, labda ni meli ikipita.
The head of state was accompanied by Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho, who would then cross over to the adjacent Liwatoni fishing complex, a facility that the government is upgrading to a full fishing port. He expressed satisfaction with the ongoing work at the fish landing site, which he said will help create jobs for the youth and boost the coastal economy.
Tutafanya mambo ya kubadilisha maisha ya watu ili maisha yenu yaende mbele. Sivyo? So mmefurahi?
At the new Kipevu oil terminal, currently under construction and meant to facilitate handling, import and export of all petroleum products, the head of state was received by Infrastructure CS James Macharia. Later, President Kenyatta toured the Kenya Navy base in Mtongwe, where the military is developing an ultra-modern slipway and shipyard. And police in Kajiado County have arrested a man with ivory worth 10 million shillings. The suspect was arrested in Kajiado town following a tip-off from members of the public. Kajiado County Criminal Investigation Officer Isaac Meme said the Kenya Wildlife Service officers laid a trap and arrested the man as he planned to transport the trophy to Nairobi. Police officers, in collaboration with Kenya Wildlife Service KWS officers, acting on a tip-off, arrested the 33-year-old suspect in Kajiado town with ivory weighing 10 kilograms.
Baada ya kumuoji Saidi, ameweza kutuambia ya kwamba yeye ametumwa na anakuanga anatumwa na watu ambao wako Nairobi, na wao wakimtuma yeye analeta tu na anakutana na mteja yake ambaye anapeleka hizi vitu nchi za China, anapeleka Bangkok na Vietnam.
Kajiado County Criminal Investigation Officer Isaac Meme says this suspect with his colleagues had been exporting the finished products to China, Bangkok and Vietnam.
Hii ni bidhaa ambayo ukiangalia na tukiangalia kulingana na wataalamu wetu kutoka kwa KWS wameweza kutueleza hii ni kama milioni 10 ikiuzwa. Kwa sababu ni vitu ya kuweka mapete, mabango hii ya vitu ya kuweka kwa masikio na ingine hii ya kutumia ornaments, that is.
Confirming the incident, KWS Director in charge of Kajiado County, Lamwate Lenguro, regretted that black market involving elephant trophies in Kajiado County was on the rise.
Tumemshika na tumempeleka, sasa tunataka tu hand over kwa pate wenzetu ambaye ni KWS ambaye wataweza kumprocess na atafika kotini na astakiwe. Na kuna wengi ambaye wanafanya hii biashara hapa. Lakini nataka kuambia ya kwamba hii biashara lazima itakoma hapa na lazima waikomeshe. Kwa sababu tuko macho.
Last week, detectives nabbed 2 men in possession of ivory products worth over 500,000 shillings in Kitengela town and intercepted more than 300 kilograms of wild meat in a separate incident in Enkorika in the same county. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. You can as well stream live and tell us where you're watching Lunchtime News this Sunday afternoon from. A section of members of parliament are calling on the national government to increase the allocation of the Constituency Development Fund so as to enable them undertake more projects at the grassroots. Speaking after he led MPs in a tour of Narok West constituency projects, National Assembly Constituency Development Fund Committee Chairperson Wafula Wamunyenye noted with concern the need to boost basic projects like learning institutions, promising to rally his colleagues to pass the legislation to enhance constituency fund.
Members of parliament are championing for the increase of constituency development fund.
We said last time we're going to work towards enhancing the amount of money given to constituencies for CDF. This, I think, we already have engaged our colleagues in parliament to see how best to go about the issue of enhancing the funds to CDF.
Speaking after he led MPs in a tour of Narok West constituency projects, National Assembly Constituency Development Fund Committee Chair Wafula Wamunyenye revealed that there is need to boost basic projects like learning institutions to accommodate more learning, mainly in the post-COVID-19 era.
CDF funding, unlike other line ministries of government, CDF has no overhead costs. You don't find people spending money on other activities other than the program for which they are meant, for which the funds are meant.
Wamunyenye urged the National Treasury to fund stalled projects that were abandoned when county governments took over.
We also have appealed for kind of a special fund to deal with stalled projects. There are stalled projects, CDF projects that were stalled when the new constitution came into force because of functions that had been undertaken by the national government being devolved, such as medical, water, and so on. So some of those projects were abandoned. The county government did not take them up to finish them, and we will be asking the board and the treasury to find a way of ensuring that those projects are concluded.
He singled out wanting infrastructure in most schools in the area which needs to be addressed and called on the government and parliamentarians to push for the equalization and emergency funds.
Bado tuko na changamoto hasa katika sehemu ya mabarabara. Mashule mengi bado unajua hii ni area is a very vast constituency. So majority of the schools need even facilities like dormitories, dining halls, and we are giving our best.
Well, it's a process, ni process kubwa, na pia tunajua serikali ile shida inaendelea kuwa naye. Kuna mambo mengi, mahitaji mingi ya hii ugonjwa hatukuwa naye. Kwa hivyo tuweze kubulimu serikali sana, lakini tunaomba wajaribu kuspeed up ili shule yote zikuwe kwa njia ya usawa.
Timothy Kipnusu for Channel 1 News.
Elsewhere, the government is warning the youth against involving themselves in cybercrime and instead focus on other opportunities which can make them grow economically. Speaking during the graduation of more than 100 youths trained in information and communications technology at Mesondo Konoin Sub-County in Bomet County, Principal Secretary State Department of Youth Julius Korir called on the newly minted graduates to explore avenues of utilizing their skills.
More than 100 youths at Mesondo Konoin Sub-County in Bomet County have successfully completed a comprehensive information and communications technology course. The studies were facilitated by the National Youth Council Youth Departments in Huawei. Principal Secretary State Department of Youth Julius Korir, who graced the graduation ceremony, advised the youth to use their skills for genuine economic gain and desist from cybercrime.
I know there is an initiative with my office here in Bomet that now we're bringing all youth-serving organizations under one umbrella so that we can coordinate and give services that will empower young people.
Korir further encouraged them to come together in groups and borrow loans from the youth and Uwezo funds so that they can explore business opportunities.
Hii pesa yenye inapeanwa na serikali under the Youth Fund, Uwezo Fund, and Women Enterprise Fund is targeting young people. Young people so that they can start businesses which they will be able to employ themselves first and then employ their colleagues.
Deputy CEO Huawei Kenya Fiona Pan said the company will continue supporting initiatives that empower the youth with digital skills so that they can secure jobs in the sector.
We also work closely with universities and training centers across the country. Additionally, we're proud to support youth to develop their own ICT innovations that can solve local challenges and also create jobs.
Uwezo Fund has so far disbursed 5.6 billion shillings since it was started in 2014 and has benefited 63,861,000 groups. Youth Fund, on the other hand, has disbursed 6.5 billion shillings, while the National Government Affirmative Action Fund (GAF) has disbursed 12.4 billion shillings to young people.
We all know that the world has gone digital in every sphere, be economically, socially, or be it economically, socially, or even politically.
Timothy Kipnusu for Channel 1 News.
Elsewhere, Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui has given contractors at the 3.5 billion shillings Maimahi Railway project a 2 weeks ultimatum to resolve employment opportunities, stalemate or face eviction. Kinyanjui says the contractor of the 24-kilometer project is oppressing residents from job opportunities.
The county government of Nakuru has threatened to lock down construction works on the 24-kilometer new meter gauge railway line from Maimahiu to Longonot. The county government is demanding employment opportunities to be given to locals in the area.
So reli kama hii inamalizika at 98 billion shillings, lakini baada ya kumalizika mchaina atarudi kwao. Sisi tunabaki na deni. Na hata hapa na mchana hiyo area yote mimi nilitembea juzi. Hakuna any sign of any economic activity. Watoto hata wanaenda na slippers, nguo imeraruka. And the government has spent 98 billion shillings. Kwa hivyo pia tunasema, what belongs to Kenyans, let it remain with Kenyans. Okay? And whether ni MD wa railway ama wanani, hiyo deni ni sisi tutalipa, si atalipa. So just make sure that the local contractors get their share.
Last week, irate residents stopped workers from China Road Bridge Corporation demanding to be considered for casual jobs. Kinyanjui claims senior government officers are protecting the contractor who has ignored area leadership. Kinyanjui has since issued a 2-week ultimatum to the contractor to address the grievances of the area residents or face eviction.
Hii inafanywa hapa ya nearly 10 billion shillings ambao wana extend hapa. It is not a gift from China. It is a loan from China. Na hata hawa Chinese kama watatupatia our share, we are ready to stand and say you have to stop until you give our locals their share.
Irene Mchuma Odim, Channel 1.
KBC Lunchtime News takes the first commercial break. Don't go too far. We still have plenty more to come. Stay with us.
Tonight on KBC Channel 1.
You used to work for me, remember? Na kila mwisho wa mwezi ulikuwa nikipa pesa. Are you serious? Kwanza, what is happening about you and mommy? I don't see her often these days.
Yaani kitu gani hawa vijana wanakuelezea badala wewe uambie venye watafanya, wao ndo wanakuelezea.
Maneno gani wanaongea?
Being a leader lazima uwe dictator.
Tonight on KBC Channel 1.
I'm here for the money you owe us for keeping the girl you told us to get together with him on. Oh, please don't think of doing something stupid.
Hello, table for two, please.
Hello, my darling.
What are you doing here?
What is that supposed to mean? You sent me a message asking me to meet you here.
No.
I was the one who sent the message. I wanted to see you both so I could tell you the kind of garbage that you are. I always knew that you didn't care about me as your daughter.
In love with Ramon.
We need this win, Wanjala. You have to win.
They are fearless, yet friendly.
I hope hauna machungu after ile game ya mwisho.
I'm allowed to be concerned about you, Wanjala. I'm your wife.
I will take good care of you. Fierce, yet fair.
Pa combo sasa. Pop. Soza kidogo. Pop pop.
Firm, yet faultless.
You embarrassed mom. All of us.
But it would be nice if someone would look out for me too.
You don't listen to me.
Because you always want to tell me how to...
Jemo unadu nini hapa?
You are embarrassing me.
Ina lobi mimi siwezani nayo.
Kona, Kenya's daily drama.
Taina train ya tona muhimu sana kwa life yangu.
Kwa hivyo vile mimi nafanya hapa ni upuzi.
Naweza kukusaidia kujua ni akina nani?
Mimi siwezi chukua msaada kutoka kwa Saitani.
What is this? It's a make or break chance.
Your fun, fabulous, full team of Kona. Every fine weekday, right here on KBC Channel 1.
This is Lunchtime News. Byron Abuli is our sign language interpreter this afternoon. Moving on, a large number of residents in Wajir and Mandera counties who are predominantly pastoralists are now embracing horticulture following the launch of irrigation projects in the region. Residents of the two counties have embraced irrigated agriculture by utilizing community water pans and boreholes constructed by the National Irrigation Authority.
Residents in Wajir and Mandera counties are reaping big from crop farming thanks to numerous irrigation projects in the region.
Toka kwetu, zamani tulikuwa naletewa kutoka down, lakini sasa hii inapandwa tu hapa kwetu na tunanunua hapa na bei tena ni rahisi. So tunapata hapa kwa area yetu Mansa Irrigation.
Mansa Irrigation Project in Tarbaj is one of the 20 irrigation projects in Wajir County implemented by the National Irrigation Authority. About 700 acres of land has been put under irrigation in the county, benefiting about 700 farmers directly.
Ana tu mapicha na hizi matunda na hizi mimiti. Sasa wamejionea, wao wenyewe wameona vile maembe inamea, vile ndizi inamea. Na zamani hiyo maganda ya mandizi ilikuwa naweka tu miraa. Watu walikuwa napanda huko miraa Meru. Wakiweka kwa miraa, watu walikuwa nafikiri kama hii ni miraa. Lakini sasa wameelewa hii maganda ya mandizi inamea hivi na inatoka hivi. Na kumbe wale wanakuwa wanaleta miraa walikuwa wanawekea tu juu na hii sio miraa. Kwa hiyo faida yake watu wameelewa.
Kutu support. Wakati mwingine tulikuwa tukipanda nyasi hapa tu. Nyasi tu. Tunasema sasa wakati ukame wacha tufunge hapa mifugo iweze kupata nyasi. Lakini wakati National Irrigation Board ilikuja ndio wakatu guide vile tutafanya hii kazi. Na ukweli ni kwamba ndoto imekuwa ya ukweli.
In Mandera County, 22 irrigation projects covering about 1,240 acres of land have been initiated, benefiting about 1,240 farmers directly.
Ile matunda yanatoka sisi na peleka soko, unapata pesa kwa hiyo matunda ya shamba yetu, unasaidia sisi sana. Na hii inapata kwa serikali kuu, unasaidia sisi na hiyo salanga, kwa hiyo ndio sisi unapata hiyo miradi. Na shamba sasa kupata maji, sisi unaweza pata kila aina ya matunda.
National Irrigation Authority Head of Communication Daniel Nzonzo says the projects are in line with the country's Big Four agenda on food security.
When farmers and Kenyans are empowered, when they have food, when they produce more than enough, they are able to sell and get money. This money goes to healthcare, this money goes to housing, and therefore irrigation is at the center of the Big Four. We are putting all the mechanisms possible to be able to scale up, accelerate irrigation expansion, and reach as many Kenyans as possible so that we stabilize, we ensure Kenyans are food secure, and we achieve the Big Four.
Lehele Irrigation Project in Kotulo Sub-County is another initiative that has seen farmers embrace fruit and vegetable farming. Among the crops grown in the irrigation projects are mangoes, bananas, pawpaw, oranges, kales, tomatoes, and capsicum, among others.
A mother of 6 from Mlolongo, Machakos County is calling on well-wishers to help her ailing daughter get treatment. Elizabeth Mukemi Kinyaika says her 14-year-old daughter is on the verge of sinking into a coma due to cancerous tumors on her head. We give viewers discretion that the images in this story may be disturbing.
14-year-old Virginia Mudeu is a girl in pain. In 2018, she was diagnosed with cancerous tumors. These doctors said were as a result of unhealing scars on the head caused by hot water burns.
Nyama ikaenda ikapimwa. Nyama ilipopimwa nikaambiwa mtoto akona kansa.
The single mother's journey to seek treatment for her daughter, who was forced to drop out of school in class 7, is a tale of despair and hopelessness.
Saa hii hawezi akasimama, hata kukojoa na kojoa kwa nyumba, choo anaenda kwa nyumba, na mimi sina chochote naweza mpeleka hosi. Kwenda hosi, kuingia hosi unaitishwa deposit ya pesa, na mimi sina chochote, hata malishi ya kumlisha mimi sina.
Virginia was discharged from Kenyatta National Hospital for lack of money to continue with her chemotherapy sessions. She and her mother are being housed in a single room in Mlolongo by a well-wisher. Donations can be channeled through M-Pesa number 0791 648979. I repeat the number 0791 648979.
Calling on us Kenyans once again to help the young one get the kind of treatment she deserves. Only 14-year-old, and she's really battling with a tumor on her head. And the number is 0791648979. You can reach out to us if you need more, especially information on the whereabouts of the family, where they stay, and how to reach to them. Kenyans are being urged to consider and adopt rabbit farming to help meet the growing demand for rabbit meat and urine. Rabbit Breeders Association of Kenya argues that contrary to the beliefs, rabbit farming is in fact affordable and profitable.
More Kenyans turn to agribusiness. Rabbit farming is emerging as one of the most profitable ventures. Waikanjo says though profitable, rabbit farming is not receiving the attention it deserves.
Kijijio hiki ndicho cha pekee katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, lakini kuna wengine wanazo chao private, lakini sasa kijijio ya serikali ni hii.
Scientists say rabbit meat is higher in calcium, potassium and magnesium in comparison to beef and chicken.
Hii nimefuga kama miaka 10 hivi na nimefaidika naye. Sugura ni ukulima ambaye unastahili kushikwa na kila mzee, uwe mzee ama uwe kijana. Ni akuwa hii ni kazi itaweza kufanya uweke shilingi kwa mfuko.
Waiganjo also says that rabbit meat has comparatively low levels of sodium, making it a great choice for people with high blood pressure.
Kwanza ni watu kuleta sugura hapa, sababu mkulima ako upande wa Nyeri na ana sugura kama 20, mwingine ana 10. Akiangalia akihesabu pesa ya kuleta sugura hapa na alipe nauri, anaona ni gharama kiasi.
According to the Kenya Agricultural Research Institute, KARI, rabbit urine is rich in nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium needed for healthy crop growth.
Globally, U.S. President Donald Trump says he will next week nominate a woman to replace the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, escalating a political row over her successor. Trump's Democratic rival Joe Biden insists the decision on her replacement should wait until after the vote. The ideological balance of the 9-member court is crucial to its rulings on the most important issues in the U.S. law.
Trump has vowed to swear in Ginsburg's successor without delay, a move that has infuriated Democrats who fear Republicans would vote to lock in a decades-long conservative majority on the country's highest court. Trump said he will be putting forth a nominee next week, and it will be a woman. Meanwhile, anti-government protesters have installed a plaque declaring Thailand belongs to the people. Student-led protests calling for reform of the country's monarchy and political system have been going on since July. The protests over the weekend were some of the largest in years, with thousands defying authorities to demand change. Their calls for royal reform are particularly sensitive in Thailand, where criticism of monarchy is punishable by long prison sentences. More than 18,000 people joined Saturday's demonstration, with many stayed to continue the protest into Sunday. Elsewhere, people in England who refuse an order to self-isolate could now be fined up to £10,000. The new legal duty requires people to self-isolate if they test positive for coronavirus or are traced as close contact from 28th September. New measures also include one of £500 support pay for those on lower incomes and a penalty for employers who punish those told to self-isolate. This latest development comes as UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson considers tightening restrictions after a surge in the cases.
Football Kenya Federation FKF Presidential and National Executive Committee NEC representative aspirants Ludwig Aduda and Tom Alila have lauded the Electoral Board for good preparation and organization in the just concluded county elections that were held yesterday across 21 counties. The two aspirants are now paying attention to the upcoming national elections that are set to be held on the 17th of next month.
Ludwig Aduda will be competing against the incumbent FKF chairman Nick Mwendwa in the upcoming national elections.
We'll make a decision. I believe the Kenyans really know what some of us are capable of doing or have been doing and will do at the end of the day, because if it is a representative democracy, people have their minds. What we did not want to do was to give, the incumbent an easy ride by not presenting our nomination papers, taking cue from the fact that once bitten, twice shy.
Meanwhile, Nairobi National Executive Committee member hopeful Tom Alila has urged the delegates to elect football-oriented leaders and desist from selling their votes, and cautioned the Electoral Board to be more vigilant to ensure the exercise is not nullified by the Sports Disputes Tribunal for the third time. Adida said he will not hesitate going back to the High Court should he feel intimidated ahead of next month's election.
Appealing to delegates to exhibit restraint in that they need to observe those rules that the election board has said. They need to also observe COVID rules, and they need to be peaceful so that the elections are done. It's even football we play 90 minutes. There is either a winner or a loser. The worst is a draw. So we expect them to be peaceful. We don't want violence. We don't want thugs being brought at the election centers, especially. It's normally a common problem.
The national elections are slated for 17th of next month. Frederick Muki for Channel 1 Sports.
And that's the latest at this hour. Thank you so much for your time and company. And we had CBS KE, you were tuned in from Ongwaro, and then Evans Kidiga, you're saying you are watching from Mlango Kubwa. Side Peter, you are joining us from Malaba Tesoland, and Solomon Kinyanjui tuned in from Nakuru County. Thank you all for your feedback. I'll see you again at 9 for Channel 1 Weekend. For now, do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'm Purity Museo, and Byron Abuli has been our sign language interpreter.
Vera Beauty College.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika, and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725 923 550 Nairobi branch, 0728 087 689 Eldoret branch, 0722 227428 Thika branch, 0725 000-706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET approved institution.
People are now out of their comfort zones because without everything is normal. You know, like you wake up, you go to work, you come back, and then you're satisfied. But now that satisfaction is not there anymore.
It's really amazing because businesses are now moving to where the clients are. If you wait for clients to come to you, it's no longer working. She has created jobs.
5 jobs.
5 jobs
in COVID.
During COVID season. Yes. Who's employing during COVID? People are laying people off.
Tonight on KBC Channel 1.
Mrs. Rebecca is finally back home where she belongs.
You're coming with me, you're free.
What are you up to? Do you want to punish me for what I did? What do you want me to do? Tell me.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm not Gonzalo. I'm his brother.